stop me now, 'cause I'm having a good time, having a good time. I'm a rocket ship on my way to Mars. What? You're not the only cool cat in the house. You're not a cat. You're a pocket monster. I get it. Thank you, Pika. Welcome back once again. It is time for the Comics Coffee Table. That's right, 3 p.m. U.S. Eastern daily. We get together, we talk about comic books. TGIF, if that matters in your life. But all the same, just hope you enjoy your break, your coffee break, your lunch break. Pull up a chair, grab a cup of whatever it is you're shoving under your nose today, pal. A big guy. You know what I mean? A boss lady. Sizzle chest. Turkey pockets. However you identify in the grand spectrum of humanity, on planet Earth and beyond. You are welcome here. Pull up a chair, pull up a table. I'm not going to say it's a safe space. It's the internet. As it says on the header of my Twitter, my X, contains satire and humor, perpetual misfit, and potentially offensive, genuine and authentic, spirituality, gratitude, cooking, comic books, geeky, and nerdy. That's right, you have found the geeky chill stream that you've been looking for all this time. We get together once a day, whenever you have time to take a break. The show simply premieres at 3 p.m. U.S. Eastern daily. And if you're lucky enough to catch the premiere, hop into the live chat and just enjoy some of the comic book shop style conversation that we got going on here. And we can continue that comic book shop style conversation in the comment section. That's right. I'm enthused. Awesome. And it's good to see you. Thank you so much for showing up. The coffee table, our comics coffee table, where we take our minds off our minds and enjoy, just take a break. You work hard, and you keep going. You got this. And you know what? Take your break. Have something to eat. You'll feel better. Have something refreshing to drink. Energize your body and your spirit and your mind. Prepare yourself for the rest of the day's duties. Huzzah to you. Here's to you, my little loves, with blessings from above, and let the day begin, let the day begin, let the day start. Hi. We talk about comic books here. We love comic books. I am reboxing, reboarding, rebagging my entire 20-year comic book accumulation. They need new boxes. They need new bags. They need boards. These books would have more value if I had only used boards from the beginning. Live and learn, huh? Brody Bruce was right in Kevin Smith's Mallrats. These need boards, you bloody savage, when he was at the flea market at the end of Act 2. Love movies. I love Kevin Smith movies. Hey, can you figure that, I'm sporting the Smith today. I'm smithing it hard. Awesome. Yeah, and I don't consider myself a Wednesday warrior. Someone else would probably judge me that, and probably as a pejorative too, being like, I consider myself more of like a Wednesday, National Guardsman. And yes, I show up I've shown up every Wednesday in like a year and a half to my comic book shop, except for 2 Wednesdays. And one of those Wednesdays, I was recovering from hernia surgery. Yeah, that was like 6 weeks ago. And you know what? I didn't miss a damn thing because I reached out to a local comic book shop that, you might know from this channel too. His name's Yul Carter from Fantastic Comics in Berkeley, California. And his deets are in the description of the page. Reach out. Your local comic book shop could be only your own mailbox away. Seriously, hit him up. I believe in the local comic book shop. I love my LCS, my local comic book shop. I spend my money there weekly, and they are a local business, and they are an independent bookstore. in this world of the online supply chain and the big box stores, and especially the big name bookstores like B&N and the other ones, you know, independent bookstores. They're that's the American dream, of being your own boss, of having your own, of putting your own work into something and getting something out of it, and the satisfaction of having a good day at the office, and you know, and of moving of having a good inventory, or the shelves are almost empty. Oh my goodness, we got to reorder stuff. Oh, good, that means we must be busy. You know. I know, and it comes with its own set of problems too, such as uncertainty and just recessions and all this like stuff with the market and post. You know, these local businesses have made it through lockdown 2020, and I think that it's important for us as human beings, as social animals, to interact with other people, to get back into the local comic book shop and remind yourself of the people that you're talking to online are a lot like the people that you're talking to inside the local comic book shop. So how would you speak to someone in person? They're just as anonymous kind of as the people you meet online in a way, maybe, kind of, you know, help me out here, you know, like, walk with me. You don't know their name. You don't know anything about them. You don't know their beliefs. You don't know, you know, who they're sleeping with, if they're sleeping with anyone. You know what I mean? You don't know their age. You don't know whether they're working or not. Just you don't know anything about this person, but that's a human being. And just like you, they're in this mom and pop brick and mortar shop, picking up their geeky things. They're, you know, it's that kind of unites us culturally. Like we are of the same tribe. You know, we might be of different sides of the, you know, or would that be unfair to say? We're of the same nation, more like it. And, you know, although our tribes may be different, we drink from the same well. One of my favorite things in the book of Genesis was Noah, and when he found Rehoboth, which means the well we can all drink from. And that was where he was able to settle down. Was it Noah? Or was it Cain and Abel? Was it Adam? What was Rehoboth? I keep forgetting this. I wonder if that was right. No, it was Abraham. Sorry. You know. I should know this by, you know, like I'm a minority minister. It was Abraham. Abraham. Rehoboth. In Genesis 26:22, he moved on from there and dug another, and no one quarreled over it. He named it Rehoboth, saying, "Now the Lord has given us room, and we will flourish in the land." Because before that, he would dig a well and he'd get kicked out by the people who are already living there and shit. Or there, you know, or hey, it's as ancient as the Bible. It's a competition for resources, basic resources, potable water. Just imagine what we'll fight over in space once we get to Titan and Mars. Yeah, I'm for Titan now. I want to go to Titan. Plus, the view's better. I think, geez, well, you imagine seeing Saturn every day. Be like, wow, look at that sky. You know. Ah, man, born a couple of generations too soon. Seriously, I've been thinking about it like sci-fi, like, you know, make a true generation ship. You know, like plan on 4 generations until they return. You know, maybe even grab an asteroid on the way out there, so we can have the supply to mine of, like, you know, of irons and things. You know, just to so while by the time we get there, we can build another ship to get it back, and we can use the ship there to build our infrastructure. You know what I mean? You know, are you with me? Walk with me here. We're going to space. We're bringing the goldfish. No, I'm bringing the dog. Indeed. Awesome. Let's get to some funny books. I am reboxing, reboarding, rebagging my entire collection. I was just raving about getting back to your local comic book shop. For me personally, I need supplies, so I am making the conscious choice to buy all my supplies at the local comic book shop, my CS. I need bags, I need boards, I need boxes. I get them all there. I could be saving a buck or two using my online supply chain, but that does not help the local business in my village square, one that's beloved to me. And, so I make the choice to make the effort and to spend maybe even a couple of dollars extra, and because it matters to me. And it matters to me a lot. And that's my story. And hopefully you have a story just like it too. So if you have a local comic book shop to get to it. You probably need some supplies too. I got some bags. I get boards. Whoops. Try to consolidate them all because, we got boards. We got bags. Yeah, see, the bag of bags is in the bag of boards. You know what I mean? For just like convenience sake. And then I also got some Mylars. Mylars are the archival quality bags. And they are very expensive. It was $39.99 for a pack of 50. It's $6.99 for a pack of 100 polypropylenes. Yes. And I'm getting my boxes there too. I will be getting a drawer box. That's what I meant to say yesterday. Yes. I need to get it once I do the grand sorting of the good, the bad, and the ugly. Next year's show is going to be the good, the bad, and the ugly. We're going to sort all the comics, and we get to selling some of them too. Let's do it. We're going to build. We're going to do it. We're going to. Yes. Let's do something with these comic books. Let's give them a second life with someone who loves them too. Aw. So yeah, I'm getting my boxes there, and let's get to it. It's a short box. I'm moving my short box into short boxes. Like this long box here. It's 20 years old. It's stained. It's protected. The comics books that's live within. The corners are blown out. And full, one of these full weighs 50 pounds. 50 pounds. So the older I get, the more heavier these long boxes get. So I'm putting them into shorter boxes now. While I'm making this big effort, I was like, you know what? Think short boxes over long boxes, And I'm like, that makes sense. You know what I mean? I like the way you think, kid. What's this one right here? There you go. What? Best side, heard. Awesome. And so let's get to it. Yeah, I'm at the end of dismantling my beloved DC Crisis long box. It's an accumulation of stories. It was my pride and joy of my collection, seriously, because it was a curation. It was a true expression of my joy of the DC multiverse stories. I love the DC Crisis stories. It's my favorite part. And so this is a lot. It's a lot for me. No, it's not. But it's necessary. I mean, I'm just breaking up the box, and I put so much effort into this, and so much curation, and so much, time. And I love the order that everything was in. Everything was just right. And I enjoyed it like that for so long. What changed? Well, I'm breaking up the box. I mean, it's got to go into, these things got to be split up into short boxes anyway. But, I have parts of runs interpolated between the countdown issues, especially. And 1 year later, after the Infinite Crisis as well. And this is what my favorite stories. As I said, it's a curation. It's not some official DC chronology. Like, how do you file your comic books? And do you have something such as this? Does this sound familiar to you? I mean, or have you done something like this before? Have you ever done a dedicated long box, to a certain set of stories? Like this is the Secret Wars long box. I got all 3 of them in here and all the tie-ins. You know, and imagine if you had all the tie-ins for Secret Wars 2 and then Secret Wars 2015. You know, just the whole kit and caboodle. You know, I don't know. Like that's all. Like, you know, I you know, or both, or the Civil Wars, dude. You know how much Civil War 1 had to it. I mean, geez, I was tuned out for Civil War 2, but I mean, I have a decent Civil War collection. I really do. I would hate to break that up, you know, but it's incomplete as well. It's not a complete run. There was just so, you know, I wonder how much the complete Marvel Civil War would go for. But let's get to some comic books. Oh, hello, my pretties. A stack of comic books deserving of a table in Valhalla. It is my final crisis edit. I'm only missing a few issues of this. I know that. I mean, would it be worth more if I went back and got those? If, like, you know, as a complete kind of, you know, package, the run. I don't know. That's thank you very much. From the control booth. Drinka. You know Drinka. You know Drinka. What else were in here? Okay, now it was way before. Okay, these were coming out around the time of Heroes in Crisis, which don't have a place, that does not have a place in my Crisis long box. It was going to. I really didn't even know who Tom King was back then either. 2017, 2018, 2019. I mean, I don't even like talking about Heroes in Crisis because it winds me up. I mean, in Heroes in Crisis should have been good, huh? Yeah, it ran from cover dated September 2018 through May of 2019, 9 issues. I think it was originally supposed to be 7 issues. And I think originally, too, a Green Lantern was supposed to have died as well. Yeah. But, let's see, that was September 2018. And then Doomsday Clock. And then Dark Knight's Metal. Okay. So Dark Knight's Metal is from 2017 to 2018. And Heroes in Crisis is from 2018 to 2019. So those were like the, okay. So now we have like some, you know, chain of custody with events and things that carry over. And then somewhere between in the same time, from 2017 to 2019, you have the better crisis level story with Jeff Johns and Gary Frank. And they're often delayed, but kind of and very underrated and kind of you know, weirdly magnificent, but just, I mean, I still need to read the whole thing. I've only read like, I think 4 issues of the whole thing. And I got this one at a comic book shop in the one like for just like $2 or so, perhaps. And because I wanted to have this as part of the Crisis Long box as well. And just like, because that's all you need is like the last couple of pages of this, because it fits in with everything else. see, like Justice, Alan Scott has been put back into the timeline. The Justice Society has returned to the timeline. Superman's parents are both still alive. There's the boy I know. It's the entire thing of this all melted into one. From here, Grant Morrison's New 52 Action Comics reboot of losing his parents in this very accident is fixed because Dr. Manhattan puts one Alan Scott back into the timeline. You see that right there? It's July 16th, 1940. I moved the lantern back. And history reassembles itself as close as it can to the way it should have been the first time. With which has to envelop all the new elements into it as well, And yeah, so this was pretty decent, but it was very, very late. It wasn't like. But I'm gonna put these all together in the same bag. This feels like a golden age or silver age bags. It's nice and it's extra. So 1 and 2. But really, let's look real quick. No, I was gonna say I've already looked. I looked at it first, and what caught my eye was this is a $4.99 cover price. This one was $5.99, and that's for 12 issues. So that would be a $61 magazine, and $61 experience, I guess. But no ads, and on really, really, really good paper stock. No back cover ads. It's all about this. It's really good. And it's meant to play with the Watchmen universe. Of course, there was a Watchmen. It's called Corporate Syzygy. It's HBO has this new Watchmen TV show, and we have to, so we need to use it in our properties. Something like that, And those will probably be keepers for nostalgia. And that's a deep Watchmen reference too, if you understand nostalgia. All right. Well, these two definitely. Are you going to share a comic book bag? Two books from kind of the same era. Well, yeah, kind of like 6 months apart on two different fronts here. So at least we have different ads, kind of. From January, cover dated January 2009. So this was available October of 2008. And this is from June of 2008. So this is got to be from March or April. Got Jeff Johns, and Joe Prado, and this is really good. This ended up in my Crisis long box for a reason. This is a really good issue, standalone. And once the it's right after. I think it's not right after. It's got to be right before the final Crisis. In just one of these loose moments that we find the cracks in the continuity in between the panels where we can just dovetail little stories. How do these superheroes have, so much time to do things, Well, that's answered in Animal Man numbers 25 and 26. Go look that one up by Grant Morrison. But this is great. I've been looking for this one. And look, WWF or WW? WWE. Wait, let's see. Okay, it's WWE, World Wrestling Entertainment. Look at that. Who the hell are they? I forget. I was so tuned out of wrestling then. Please forgive me. Um, let's see. It's all history to me. Because this is the thoughts of Lightning Lad. And this is a nice story. I like this because this is Superman hanging out with two of his best friends. He's known these men for years. He grew up with Gar. Let's see. Because all of the Jeff Johns had this great shorthand. Oh wow, it's like a printing error. Garth Rand's Lightning Lad, Homeworld winneth. Superman, Kal-El, and Batman does not have. It's like an RFID tag. Batman doesn't have an identification thing, but it's something that it was a nice little thing that Jeff Johns did in his Legion stuff, because it just identifies every Legionnaire with their code name, their real name, their home world, and their attributes. Real fun. I really like that kind of stuff, because sometimes you're like, who the hell is that? And these are like adult costumes of the former kid costumes from the Legion of the 1970s, the Legion that I grew up with. Love it. But what I love is that it's Superman hanging out with his two best friends. But these best friends, they don't really get along. So it's like, oh, you two. Look at Gar being an asshole. And then hijinks ensue, story is told. And, we have house ads? Ooh. Coming soon to a comic book theater near you, comic book store near you. Look at that. Some history of the DCU real quick. And a second Legion jumped into the, way back in Final Night. And then I'm at a third team. And this is going to be leading up to Legion of the Three Worlds at the end. To be continued in Legion of Three Worlds. Isn't that cool? The Time Trapper. And who this Time Trapper ends up being as well. Steve Niles and Kelly Jones doing a Batman. You remember this one? Gotham After Midnight? 12-inch. Wow. That would be a good one to go back and find. Those are two really good creators. I love Kelly Jones Batman. Wow. Lots and lots. Bagley. Busiek. Bagley. Trinity. Weekly. Tour by Joe Kubert, huh? But yeah, I mean, this is a 2008 magazine. Wow, okay, nothing but house ads this month. One of my favorite, examples of Starman too. Used to be Starboy. Tom Keller. See that? He's actually a really authentic representation of mental health struggles in superhero comics. Really, I mean, his story's been endearing to me for a long time. Look, no snack foods, no video. I haven't seen video game ad yet, have I? Have I? I haven't. Okay, I take it back. Snack foods and Ben 10, but that's it. No video game ads. Indeed. And then we come up to some tech. From 6 months later, and ongoing over on Batman is something called Batman R.I.P., written by Grant Morrison. And he might be with pencils by Adam Kubert as well. Some deft, daring, and death-defying stuff. Love Batman R.I.P., because that leads into Grant Morrison's Final Crisis. So this, over on tech, you have the RIP trade dress. This is $8.50. I wonder how much this has cost. Let's go to the book. we have our books, our grading and our overstreets. It's in really good condition too. I mean, you know how I am with spine roll and shit. I mean, it's got some spine crack. So this is not a 9.2, of course, because it's an Eric O'Sullivan book, but it's got pristine corners. You know, I don't think I've actually read this book since the first time I bought it. You know what I mean? I haven't touched this book in 15 years. It doesn't have a backing board, but alrighty. The text's gonna be huge. There we go. Dun dun. Because it's 850. 850 is a milestone. Is it not? Tech 850. $6. Really? Check it. All right. Yeah. That's good. See, Tech 850. At a 9.2 would be worth $6. I paid $3.99 for this I paid $3.99 for this back in September of 2008. Something like that. We're paying $3.99 now, 15 years later. And it's about to go up to $4.99 any second now. You see that over on Amazing Spider-Man. You're getting 22 pages of story and art for $4.99. The same with those Star Wars books too. Ben 10. It's a video game ad. It is for your Wii, your PSP, your PlayStation 2, and your Nintendo DS. I would have loved Ben 10 as a kid. Seriously, that seems like such a fun thing. Sorry. Twilight. Oh my gosh. Where were you for Twilight? Oh. When you can live forever, what do you live for? So this is The Heart of Hush. The conclusion. Written by Paul Dini. Penciled by Dustin Wen. And this is some good stuff. Celebrating the 850th issue of Detective Comics featuring Batman. And Batman R.I.P. The Heart of Hush. This is Hush had removed Selina's heart. And was so this is an independent. So you have Bruce over on Batman dealing with the whole. There was a Hugo Strange thing. There was a Batman Azuranar. I think it was kind of like wrapping that up. He got shot up with weapons grade heroin, and his mind broke, and that's came Zuranar. This is the backup, Batman's zany backup. By this time, Hush has had plastic surgery to look identical to Bruce Wayne. So, yeah, that's Alfred, figuring it out from the get-go. Look at this. 2-page ad for Under the Influence. Anti-drug, anti-marijuana campaign. 15-year-old comic book. I love it when they show different Batmobiles, and then they have the chance to give us some nostalgia. We call this a member berry now. Oh, who lettered this? Was it Clem Robbins? No, Jared Fletcher. Ah, I get it. So yeah, he's got to save Helena and not have her heart get destroyed. Wow, we have a 4-page video game ad from huge crossover. Mortal Kombat versus DC Universe. Do you remember this? I barely do. Xbox 360 Live. Ding. PlayStation 3. Finish him. There we go. Who would win? Scorpion or Batman, huh? I don't know. It's like every few years you have to have a month of the bad guy thing. The DC from the villain's point of view. Faces of Evil, January 2009. Plus, on the other half, we have some Dragon Ball on VHS or no DVD. VHS. But the giant green, look, see, we got the card, we got the giant green dinosaur, and we got the penny, and the boys, helping out too. I love that Tim Drake 1 year later bat suit. But yeah, that's about it. And we have Zatanna helping heal Selena. Nice Zatanna moments because, Paul Dini writes a really good Zatanna and a really good Catwoman and a really good Bruce. You know what I mean? This would be a great... See, this would be a better final page for the Gotham War. This is right before he dies, quote unquote. Before he shoots Darkseid with a time bullet, and he gets zapped with a the Omega Sanction, and gets unstuck in time. He gets unstuck in time by Darkseid and left behind a clone corpse that it was so accurate that it fooled Superman. So everyone thought that Batman was dead. I think with the exception of Damian Wayne. And Damian was a little kid back then too. He was a 10-year-old murdering ninja. Yeah. Alrighty. Well, thank you so very much for tuning in. It's the Comics Coffee Table, where we take a couple of minutes in our busy day and take a break together. We talk about comic books. We're reboarding, rebagging, and reboxing my entire collection. And thanks for being along on this ride. Please like and subscribe. I would love to earn your subscription. We make daily content here. We talk about comic books every day, 3 p.m. U.S. Eastern. Turn on those notifications. You know that the bell will change colors when you select notifications all, and that will tell the algorithm that, you know what I mean, you would like more people to come to our coffee table and have a cuppa with us. Thank you so very much. Namaste, God bless, good luck, and we will see you in those funny pages. Ciao, bye-bye.